Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste friends. Today's topic is to cater to one of our friends' request for KP Significators table. So this Excel is made for getting the significators of the KP system, and I use the Jagannathavara free software which has a lot of information. We can directly get multiple table contents from Jagannathavara itself. We don't have to get into the DLL and Swiss ephemeris if that's a problem to some of our people. So let us take an example. I will illustrate what I do with it here. So I have taken an example of Bill Gates, wherein I have put the date of birth, month of birth and the year of birth, and I get a KP straight line Ainamsa, which is essentially as per the formula that's given here. So this is the straight line Ainamsa. So that is 23 degrees 13 minutes 44 seconds for Bill Gates on that particular date. So I go to Jagannathavara, the free software that you have. I have the version 8 there. So I go to Bill Gates, which I have already stored. You can check the date of birth. It is the 28th of October 1955 Gregorian calendar. I've taken the time as 9:21:30 seconds. I don't know how I got it then. Maybe it was done some time back, so I don't really remember the source. At Seattle, it's 8 hours GMT. So this latitude, longitude, you have to be very precise in giving these things. So once you do that, and you'll have to also be careful about the Ainamsa that you are using. I'm actually putting a custom Ainamsa. Therefore, what I am doing is I'm going to the tropical Sayana, which means no Ainamsa, and to that I am adding the custom Ainamsa, because this KP straight line Ainamsa is unfortunately not there in Jagannathavara. So we are calculating it separately and I'm putting it as a custom Ainamsa. So that done, it would erect the chart, and we can verify the chart with what I have done here with another software. So you can basically check if the degrees are there. Let me also tell you some other this particular software that I use is the advanced KP stellar astrology software, and that uses mean nodes for the planets. So the mean nodes have to be selected here, true position have to be selected here. So Ainamsa we already chosen, and the other option is for KP. When I come to the houses here, I'll have to choose the Krishnamurti house division, KP Placidus house division, as well as per Krishnamurti, the ascendant is the start of the first house. So these two have to be made, and then once that is done, these numbers would have ordered accordingly, and you get 26 degrees 16 minutes here, 17 minutes here. For the second house, it is 13 degrees 34, it is 35 here, somewhat close, 4 degrees. This display normally seconds, they in fact adjust it to integers, so this might be accurate. So 1 degree 6 minutes, 1 degree 7 minutes here. So all the bhavas which are indicated as red are the cuspal starting point of the bhava, the cuspal degree or the starting point of the bhava. That's the KP system. So, and luckily the Jagannathavara identifies what are the planets in each of the bhavas. Some bhavas might not be in a particular sign at all. Sometimes here every bhava, every sign is represented by a bhava. Sometimes it might happen that two bhavas might be ruled by the same graha. You have to be watchful on that. So what I do now is go to KP here and then right click and copy to clipboard this entire lot. Then essentially what I would do is maybe open a Google Sheet which does it better for separating columns and all. So I just paste my information, and this is in I go to the data here, and then I split into columns. Once I do that, I have the nakshatra lord, the sublord of, so this is an empty column, I don't need it, I can delete this column. So I have the nakshatra lord and sublord of all the 12 bhavas as well as that of the planets. So I'm going to copy the bhava lords. I'm going to copy here. I'm coming back to my Excel and going to the sheet called significators. And these are the houses. The user inputs are put in this color. So these are the nakshatra lords of each of the bhavas. These are the sublords of each of the bhavas. So I'm going to click here and paste as per the matching the destination formatting. So what it would do is it will paste over this all the 12 bhavas, nakshatra lord and sublord. Now similarly I can also paste the planets, nakshatra lord and sublord. So I go back here and again copy. The planets are ascendant is not required. From Surya to Ketu, I am going to copy the nakshatra lords and sublords, and again coming to Excel to paste it in this location with matching the destination formatting. And one thing to note here is in the KP cuspal interlink significators, moon is taken to be not the birth nakshatra lord or birth sublord, but for moon alone, moon is different. It's not, it's a satellite of the earth, and it governs our dasha and bhukti. So you have to enter the dasha bhukti instead of the birth nakshatra lord and star lord here. So we have to go and check what dasha bhukti is running. So currently, so whatever you are interested in that date. So Mars Ketu is running. So we will have to put Mars here and Ketu here. So once that done, we have everything from Jagannatha Hora here. But these two columns are still not filled properly. We have to put the occupants of the houses 1, 2, 3 and all. That's again in Jagannatha Hora. So if you go to the houses, these are the planets in the bhavas. So you just copy this and go to that same Google sheet and maybe put somewhere, just paste it here, Control V. It pastes in some order. So you have to go to data and you have to split text to columns. But in this case, don't deduct automatically. You use a custom and put a double quote, basically the seconds double quote symbol, so that it will separate my planets alone as a separate column. In this column, I don't need Uranus, I don't need the ascendant also, I need just the planets. I don't need even Pluto and all. So this alone, this column, even here I don't need ascendant, so I will decide I will better remove all that. So let me copy this and put it back to basically here, the occupants of the various houses. So that it has already pasted, since I had worked at the same horoscope before, it was staying back. So you have the occupants of those. So now the owner of the houses, that again you have to go to Jagannatha Hora, to the same portion of the graph here. Maybe you pull it to one side and then let us fill each of the houses. The owner of the first house cusp is in Gemini, so Mercury would be the owner. Second house cusp is in Cancer, therefore moon would be the owner. So you have to manually select here which is the owner. Sometimes here continuously Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries and Taurus are consecutively coming. All the signs are represented by a bhava. So the lordship would be quite easy to fill. Otherwise you have to be little careful. Sometimes Sagittarius might have two bhavas and one Rasi might not have a Bhava at all. So you have to be extremely careful in filling the owners. So this done, your this Excel file automates the rest of the work. So this is called the cuspal interlink significators. So let me explain to you these two tables, which are called the interlink significators. So you have the Bhavas 12 Bhavas here. You have a column B, which is the sublord of the Bhava. So who is the sublord? That is automatically Jagannath Ora is giving you. So it is essentially your sublord here, which is automatically taken from there, not an issue. And then you just concentrate on the blue ones here. The Nakshatra Lord. Nakshatra Lord also our Jagannath Ora gives. And the occupant also we have filled. So all these blue columns are already taken from Jagannath Ora. The rest of the other columns, this is planets located in the star or sub of B. So what are the planets that are located in the star of Ketu or the sub of Ketu? So you have to basically get here, and if you see, I am looking into this table. Wherever Ketu is coming, Ketu is occurring here. Ketu is occurring here. So that way it will locate all the Ketu items on the corresponding planets. So Moon and Jupiter. See, Moon is sublorded by Ketu. Jupiter is Nakshatra lorded by Ketu. Therefore, it takes out the Moon, Jupiter. That way it automatically does this for all the other planets. So this is how this planet, similarly, see the column C, this column would depend upon this column. If you see the formula, it would depend upon this and this column. That way, even this column would depend upon the next column and this matrix. So it automates that, you don't have to do anything. So this is called the Bhava table. Now the Graha table, significators, is essentially based upon the Bhava table only. You have all the planets, and if you check here, it is looking into this and finding out where Surya is occurring. Surya is occurring in the second Bhava, for the fourth Bhava, eighth Bhava, so even the fifth Bhava. So 2, 4, 5, 8 comes in here. So that way this table is created. So you have the significators, which are called the interlink significators. Now I have marked as red wherever 8 or 12 occurs. And unfortunately in Excel you can't easily mark just the 8 and 12 portion of a cell. It will fully highlight the entire cell content. But anyway, just to grasp things, because 8 and 12 are unfortunate houses which will lead into trouble. So wherever you find either 12 or 8 or both, all that will be marked red. And these are the significators. Suppose you are running a particular period, say he is running Mars Dasa Ketu Bhukti. So the Bhukti would dominate predominantly. Normally, and you have to check both Dasa and Bhukti. And Ketu is governing his 10th house and the 11th house, which is extremely good for him. And he is running Mars Dasha itself, and that is 3 of house of communications, and that's also fantastic. So he is running a very good period. And of course, other portions will be gradually lesser importance, but the first column would be the more important ones. That way you can check these, use these tables. This is the newer interlink significators, but some people might be interested in the old KP significators. It is just like that, but this column is planet in the occupant star. First of all, you have to check who was the occupant of the houses. Occupant of the houses we already earmarked, so we know that. Similarly, based upon this cell would depend upon the next column. So just as before. Similarly, this is dependent upon this column, and this column is already erected for us. So this is how, and this table is also erected as per this. So in essence, everything is automated. You have to give input only for portions which are in this color. I put a password. I'll protect the sheet so that nothing inadvertently you don't delete something, but you know the password, so in case you want to release it, you can release and do anything. So this essence gives you the KP significator table. Let us maybe verify it with some other software which does this for us. So let us go to maybe the first interlink table. Okay. Now our interlink Bhava table is this, and let us get into this as well. So we have Moon, Jupiter here, Moon, Jupiter here, Sun there, Sun here. We have Mars and Jupiter, Mars and Jupiter. So you see everything, see Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. So it's perfectly aligning with the softwares that are in work today. And this is Ketu, Rahu, Moon, Ketu, Rahu, Moon, all that would be. So this is the cuspal interlink significators. This is 2, 4, 5, 8, 2, 4, 5, 8, 1, 7, 10, 3, 10 and all that. So for both to match, we have to have the same ayanamsa, and you should have all the latitude, longitudes perfectly the same numbers. So that if you ensure, I think you can definitely use this. So similarly, let us also check the other old KP. The old KP as Venus, Saturn, Moon, Mercury, Ketu, Moon. See Mercury, Ketu, Rahu, Moon is not coming there. Yeah, another point to tell here is, for the old KP, they don't adjust the Dasa Bhukti. They have the Dasa Bhukti, they put the natal birth moons, Nakshatra Lord and Sublord. So since we adjusted this, it has changed. Otherwise, it would be the same. So, in fact, for the natal, what he had, I think, let us see. He had natal moon in KP. Natal moon was Nakshatra Lord was Saturn, and Sublord was Rahu, because Uttarabhadra. So if you put Saturn and Rahu here, they should be matching with this. So you see Moon, Mercury, Rahu, Ketu, Moon, Sun, Mars, Jupiter and all that. So rest would be all correct. So you can just verify it in case. Hope this is useful to you, whether you are using the old KP method or the what they call the interlink KP method. These tables would be quite useful, and just we see this Excel is needing only inputs from Jagannath Avara. You don't need any other software. But we ourselves can get these numbers from directly from our Swiss DLL. But some people find it DLL difficult. So I thought from Jagannath Avara, which is a free software, people can directly enter. If you find things difficult, you manually enter these things. Instead of going to Google Sheets and all, you can also manually enter these things. Hope I will put this under for download. You can try to use it and check if it works all right at your end. Thank you.